Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm excited to share with you my whole new movie room layout. Over this last couple of weeks, I've been kind of in the process of rearranging a lot of pieces of the movie room. And for those who have followed in the past or seen these videos in the past, you'll notice a few things different in the movie room, or even the background behind me. I've changed some things around, and it's not going to be the most detailed video. I'm just going to kind of do an overview of everything and all the different the new things that I just redid. So sit back, enjoy, and I will do a little outro at the end. Okay, so right when you walk into the movie room, this is what you see. Now this did not change in this last redo of the entire movie room. This is the same video display thing that I have going on. I'm not going to go through every single little detail. I kind of just want to do an overview here because I have changed a few things and a few different layouts of the room. This has all stayed the same with director's films. These have stayed the same with Laserdiscs. Laserdiscs over here, CEDs on the floor there, HD DVDs, and Star Wars films there. Moving on down here. Right now I have, this is mainly where my TV shows should be. So this is all, there's TV shows behind all of these Disney and kids films here. And I'm not in love with this setup. I desperately need to figure out what I'm going to do with all of these kids and Disney films. Right now they're just kind of hanging out here. And then same thing when it comes to the video games. I had nowhere else to put them in the moment, so they are just kind of here, and it avoids putting them on the floor. So yeah, because as you can see, let's see if I can get it to focus. Behind all of the video games and kids movies are all TV shows, and as you can see down there as well. So that is definitely going to change eventually, but for now, I don't watch TV shows all that much. And so I figured that just kind of works for now. Then moving on over here, I have James Dean cardboard cutouts. The Western films on VHS and the weird formats has not changed. I'm actually going to work my way around this way, just because it's a lot easier to get into. But this has changed. This right here it was all video games and then VHS tapes. And so this is part of the big new thing that I have done in the movie room, and that is putting all of the films into a genre. So starting up here in the corner, these are all of my action films. So it starts off in 4K and then moves into Blu-ray and then moves into DVD over here. This was actually kind of a hard task, and I'm sure there's some films in here that are not in the correct genre, but I kind of I did like action adventure together, and yeah, so there's going to be some changes as I go through stuff, but yeah, this whole wall is different. And then ending the DVDs right here into more 4K. This goes into the next genre. So this is kind of the genre, it's a very similar genre, but it is crime, thriller, and mystery titles. And so again, I'm going to probably have to move things around as I watch more, and some stuff in here probably does not belong, but I'll have to eventually fix that. So, but there's all kinds of just fun, different crime and thriller titles. Crime movies like American Made, or, mystery titles like this, or, I don't know, thriller titles like Girl on the Train and stuff like that. But yeah, that kind of goes all this, same format of 4K into Blu-ray into DVD. And that works its way all the way down here. And then it goes into my very, very small section of Western titles. I really don't have a ton of Westerns. As you can see, it's kind of this whole, it ends right there and it starts right here. So it's just this little bit. And yeah, I don't know. I'm probably going to have to also, I definitely have some Western titles on other formats or in box sets and stuff like that. So the stuff up top, like the box sets up there, like Twilight Zone and stuff, I will probably rearrange all of those eventually. But then after Westerns, it goes into all of the Best Picture winners. This was a collection of mine that was one of the first things I really tried to collect, was all of the Best Picture winners over the years. And I pretty much have all of them. I am missing a couple of the newest ones here at the bottom, but it kind of starts here with wings and just kind of works its way all the way through down to here. And I end with everything everywhere all at once. And I know I'm missing a couple, but for now that is what I have. So yeah, that is this wall. Obviously it has changed quite a bit since the last video. But yeah, and then I should add up here, man, this focus is fun. Up here is all my A24 titles, and then just box sets, and then I even put box sets way up in the rafters up there. It's kind of hard to see on camera. In person, it's a lot easier to see, but yeah, as you can see, I have the 10 Commandments set, Gone with the Wind, and some other VHS sets that are like almost impossible to see. Let's see if I can just, there we go. Yeah, so other of VHS sets and stuff like that. And this is still kind of a work in progress. I'm not 100% happy with it yet, so I'll have to, you know, have to mess around with that later. And then, let's see, my chair hasn't really changed at all, just more blankets because it is cold down here in the winter. And as far as my VHS shelves go, they all have stayed the same. In the middle of the room. I just have a pile of stuff right now in the middle that was on this shelf that I had to just basically move over here simply just to get some space. And so I'll deal with those still yet. And then everything over here has stayed the same. I added a film canister. This is something I had up in my office for a very long time. This is a 35mm film canister, and I figured it belongs down here, so I brought that down. And let me think if there's anything else on this side of the room. All my CDs stay the same. The sci-fi stuff, that all pretty much stayed the same. There's a couple gaps of things I have to kind of like shift around and stuff, but that pretty much stayed the same. All of my films stayed the same. The TV, everything there stayed the same. I still have this CRT TV on the floor that I'm not sure what to do with. And just ignore the Ethernet cable and the extension cord. That is for my computer setup, which you'll see on the other side of the room. And ignore the projector. That also that is not supposed to be there. However, this section of the movie room has changed actually quite a bit. So I have this cool popcorn machine that my father-in-law got me, and it's amazing. So we're just going to kind of move that out of the way. But this is a new section. This used to just be all of my different genres. So all my genres of action, comedy, like thriller, romance, all of those genres have kind of like also drama. They were all kind of mixed together in this on this whole wall. And I never really loved it. I need to, I was really wanting to change it up and actually split things into genres like sci-fi or like my horror section. And so that's kind of what I did. I went through and I basically split everything into different genres. Starting off at the very top here, these are all of my romance films. Now, with romance, obviously there is overlap with comedy. There's like romantic comedy films. And so I put those in romance, even like, you know, because it is a romance film with, you know, hints of comedy. And then films that were strictly comedy, I put those in comedy. And again, this is all it might have to change as I kind of start watching more and, you know, things just kind of change as I realize what the actual genres are. But yes, this is all romance films, and then it ends over here with You Got Mail, and then it goes into comedy films, starting with 4K, Blu-ray into DVD. And I'll do a way better overview video in the future of each of these genres, of going over exactly what is in each one, because I know that is something that has been requested in the past. But yeah, so this shelf, this one, and part of this one is all comedy, and then it goes into musicals. Now, when I say musicals, I also mean movies about music. So movies that just have music numbers throughout the film. And some of these, like the Blues Brothers, I guess I consider that a musical, or Jersey Boys, which is about a band or stuff like that, whereas there is just music throughout the entire film, or even like 8 Mile. So yes, those start here with The Greatest Showman on 4K, and then it kind of goes into Blu-ray and then DVD, and those end over here with Tommy. And then after that, this was a very hard genre to actually distinguish what what it actually was. It was hard to decide what is considered a drama or a thriller or anything like that. And again, I'm probably going to have to go through and change out some of these films, but this is all of my drama films. This whole line right here, and then it goes down into here, and then goes all the way up to here. And those are all just films that I felt fit the genre of drama. And there's probably some that I can probably take out. Movies like Good Will Hunting or The Green Mile are obviously dramas. But films like The Road, I don't know if I would consider it a drama or a thriller. It's just one of those hard ones to decide on. But then after that, it goes down to my fantasy titles. I don't have a ton of these, and this was another hard one where to distinguish what is a fantasy and what is sci-fi. Because movies like The Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, I consider that to be fantasy, or Lord of the Rings is fantasy. But yeah, I don't know. That's the small section right there of fantasy films. And then over here on this side, I'll just go over these real quick, is documentaries, and then into Christmas films. And yeah, I don't have a ton of documentaries. I really don't enjoy documentaries all that much, but I have a very, very small collection there. And then just Christmas films. I have more of Christmas films on VHS, but I just have them currently sitting there. And then moving on to the other side of the room. So for those who have watched these videos before, you'll know that this whole section right here was all of the DVDs as well. And I recently made these two sections all horror VHS. This is one project that I've been wanting to do for a while, because eventually the plan would be making this whole wall all horror. I have no idea where all of these titles would go on this side, but this whole wall would be amazing if it was all horror. And yeah, I redid the top with all my horror VHS box sets or anything like that. And so I have, a couple up there. And then these are all just alphabetical, except for the Universal Monsters. I kind of had those kick off the whole wall. And yeah, I love how they look with some of them being face out like this. I think they look so fun. And yeah, and then over here, I'm not 100% in love with this setup. I just have this mat right here so I don't trip over the extension cords and everything. I really need to run a more permanent solution for this. But I recently started doing live streams with the camera and on the computer instead of my phone. I feel like the quality just looks better and it sounds better. So that is what this whole setup kind of is. This is an awesome CRT TV. I wish I could find a better home for it, but for now it's just kind of here. And this is my whole live stream setup. So this is just kind of, again, I'm not in love with it. I would like to actually change it up. But I just would put the camera right there and do live streams. But this is kind of what that whole wall looks like from further back, which I absolutely love how it came out. And I would love it if this stuff wasn't here. I think it would look so much better, but for now, this is what I'm working with. Then moving on to here, the Criterion wall has not changed all that much. It has pretty much stayed the same, besides getting a few titles here and there and shifting things down. And then same thing when it goes to my Kino Lorber stuff. All of that has basically stayed the same besides getting titles. And into my Anchor Bay stuff starting over here. That's all stayed the same. And then just into some other boutique labels like Warner Archives or Olive Films or stuff like that. Yeah, that's all pretty much stayed the same. But the big one is this wall. This wall has changed dramatically. If you watched my last haul video, you'll know that I got an insane amount of great boutique label items, such as Arrow Video or Severin or Vinegar Syndrome or stuff like that. So I got all kinds of fun stuff, and I basically just redid this entire wall. The idea of this would be that this whole wall and over here would all be boutique stuff, and then this would also be boutique, and then all of these horror items would move over there. But for now, that's kind of what I'm working with the space that I have. But yes, this is I put my second site titles up at the top. with some Anchor Bay tins and some other fun items such as the Herschel Gordon Lewis Feast box set put out by Arrow Video. And then I have just all of the Arrow Video box sets here across the top, and then it goes into limited editions all there, and then into the individual editions, and then it goes into some Severin titles besides the I Spit on Your Grave. That's just a filler box set for now, but yeah, all the Severin titles I have goes from box sets into individual releases, and it starts here and kind of works its way all the way through to here, and then it goes into Grindhouse releasing titles, and then into Synapse titles. Yeah, I'm not 100% in love with it yet. I'm still working around with it, trying to fit everything on the shelf and make it look nice. But yeah, that's kind of my setup right there. And then underneath that, it goes into Vinegar Syndrome. Again, it starts with all of the box sets. Oh, I should mention that all the Severin are just in alphabetical order. Same thing with the box sets. They're all just in alphabetical order. Vinegar Syndrome, I feel like I kind of have them in alphabetical order. Actually, no, I take that back. I don't at all. I just kind of have them in the order that I think looks the best. And that is just all of the box sets here. And then it goes from box sets into just all these individual releases. I'm kind of going by packaging on a lot of these, so I might change this up. I might actually put these in the correct order that they're supposed to be in. Then I have a one and only Cauldron Films box set there, and just ignore these two things that have to get put away eventually. And then underneath that, it goes into all of the individual releases put out by Vinegar Syndrome that I have. I don't have the biggest Vinegar Syndrome collection, but I am very grateful for the one that I do have. And then from there, it goes into these really nice sets that I really, really like. And then it goes into my Umbrella Entertainment titles, and into my 88 films, and into my Full Moon collection with the Puppet Master box sets, and then my small Troma section. Yeah, I really need to get more Troma films. I feel like they're so fun. And then just into some other box sets, and yeah, just some Russ Meyer's box set, and then yeah, I'll wrap it around after I do this side. But this side over here is all of my Scream Factory titles. So it goes box sets and into 4K titles, and these actually are all 4K. Which looks fantastic on a shelf. Absolutely love it. And then into my Blu-rays, into the DVDs, and then from there it goes into my Blue Underground titles. This is a section that I dramatically improved with this last Facebook deal, but this was all, a lot of these are all on 4K, into Blu-ray, into DVD, with a random copy of Old Boy from Neon, which I guess it's kind of boutique. And then from there it goes into my Indicator or Powerhouse titles. I only have a small collection of those. I know some people have like a ton of those, but then I have a ton of these Mondo Macabre films that I've not actually watched any of them, but I'm very curious. They look very interesting. And then into my Unearthed films, another label that I'm not super familiar with, but I have a small collection of films from that label. And then it goes into, this is one that I was debating if I really wanted to add it into my boutique area, but this is Dark Sky Films, and I really feel like they are a boutique label. They kind of hit all the boxes of being a label, and so I kind of added those. And then into Vestron Video, into MVD Rewinds, let's see, Code Red and Cult Epics, and then just some other horror box sets. And then underneath that goes into all of my horror 4K titles. And that's kind of where the whole horror area starts, is just with these, and they continue after a little bust of Jack Nicholson from The Shining goes into my horror Blu-rays, and from there it works its way down to here. And works its way all the way around, which I'm not 100% in love with, but it kind of goes all the way around to here, into Universal Monster Movies, and then into the alphabet. And from the bottom of that one goes up to the top here. And I kind of skipped the first two shelves because I just have all of these horror box sets, and I'm still trying to play around with this, seeing if I like this layout or not. because I used to have a bunch of box sets up in the rafters, but now I just have a bunch of these like 50 movie packs up in the rafters there, with some fun like Scream Factory magnets. But yeah, then the alphabet just kind of continues down here and works its way all the way down to the bottom with just a couple other items that I'm still trying to find a home for. But yeah, ends there with Zombie Diaries 2. And I'm not like in love with having this chair in here either. I really liked it when this was all open. This chair really is just for my live streams, and so I'll probably eventually get rid of this if I can find a new home for the live stream stuff. But yeah, that is kind of the new layout. I've been playing around with some stuff and I think I like it. It's definitely a lot to try fit in. And yeah, I mean, I'm very grateful for the items that I do have, because I do think it does make this background or this backdrop look a lot better than what it did. And especially from even my earlier videos where it was just all like horror box sets and stuff, which still looks fun. But and as I said, I would love this whole like U-shape area to all be boutique someday. So that is kind of the dream. But for now, this is what I'm working with. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I missed in this quick tutorial. I know it wasn't the longest. I know I've in the past I've gone through all my different like formats and all those things, but I should say this is all film right there. 35mm film trailers. And yeah, I know in the past I've gone through all of the different formats, but I kind of wanted this video just to be an overview of what has kind of changed and roughly what the movie room looks like, because I know a lot has changed. So that is the new layout of the movie room. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think? Do you like the new layout? Do you prefer the old one? I am curious on what you guys think on all of that. And as I said, I know it wasn't the most detailed video in this, overview, but I'll probably be doing other videos in the future of, going into more details of different genres that I have and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that if that sounds interesting. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.